What's up? Your boy Domuto. You back with another video today. We're watching UnrealEntGaming. Beyond Dragon Ball Super, Goku reaches the Omni Kings. A new fusion device is given to Gohan. Okay, and yeah, I'm ready to get into this one, man. I've been enjoying it. This story has picked up a lot because at the beginning I was kind of, so I'm glad it picked up, and I'm ready to watch it, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and Lego.
As our story now continues back over on Earth, as the battle between the demons and our heroes within Universe 7 now continues to wage on, as Beast Gohan was then shown having to go one-on-one and head-to-head against his Shadow Demon copy, to which it was only just as Shadow Demon Gohan was from that point then shown having to knock Beast Gohan directly towards Capsule Corporation was when Dr. Hedo then went on to quickly respond, "Oh no, as I don't like the looks and sound of all of that shaking that's going on all around out there, and so are you sure that we shouldn't just go and leave and get as far away from this place that we possibly can?" Dr. Hedo says, "Because you and I both know that if this doesn't stop, then the whole building is going to come crumbling down on all of us," with Bulma responding, "We are not leaving Capsule Corporation behind, Dr. Hedo, no matter how bad or how intense things wind up getting around here, and so stop complaining and just trust me here, okay?" But it was only just upon with Beast Gohan now being shown having to crash right through Capsule Corp and having to land right in front of Bulma and Dr. Hedo was when Dr. Hedo then went on to respond, "Oh, trust? Well, pardon my unenthusiastic ignorance for saying this, but are you seeing what's going on here? We've got to go and hightail it out of here as quickly as we possibly can while no one is watching us, because they are now beginning to go and bring the fight on over directly to us, and so this is not good, Bulma. And as you and I both know that if we don't go and do something about any of this soon," Dr. Hedo continues, "then we'll only end up in having to go and lose our lives here within the process, along with everything that we have been working very hard in having to develop, unless of course you may in fact actually have a plan here that I wasn't made very well aware of, and so what do you think that we should go and do here, Bulma?" With Bulma responding, "Well, we aren't just going to go and bail out and leave everyone stranded behind, but I do in fact actually have a plan that just came to mind here," Bulma says, "which we'll need to go and hurry and share with Gohan since he's already here with us, as I trust Gohan here more than anyone else with what I'm about to go and instruct him with, and so now while we have the chance, we have to go and hurry," Bulma says, "as I will need for you to go and release the security code on the armbands chamber, because it's better for us to go and use every possible measure that we can go and get our hands on to win while we at least have a fighting chance here, Dr. Hedo. And as I'm only telling you this because there is no telling on how this is going to go if this ends up continuing, and so we'll need to go and act on our research and technology fast," with Dr. Hedo then having to quickly respond, "The armbands, right then, I'm on it, as both the security and defensive reinforcement measures have now been deactivated," Dr. Hedo says, which we will only now just have to wait around 90 more seconds until the chamber doors can automatically be opened, as Bulma then went on to address Gohan by shouting, "Gohan, wait, as I know that there may not be a whole lot of time left, but I want to go and give you something that me and Dr. Hedo have been working on that I strongly do believe will go and help you guys out tremendously, and so just give me a second before you go," Bulma says, "and as I'm telling you right now that you might want to go and hear the two of us out just before you go back out there, and so just stay," with Dr. Hedo then being shown having to respond, "and not to mention that judging by how that demon had just went and flung you across the city and straight into Capsule Corp like that, then you're going to need far more than just brute force here, because what Bulma and I have been working on here just might go as far as to go and save your life out there, just in case if you end up finding yourselves in a very difficult situation, and so here, right now, and so just like how Dr. Hedo had mentioned, take these here," Bulma went on to then stick her arms out by responding, "as you will need this just in case of an emergency, as Dr. Hedo and I had went and created a new fusion method in case the older variations happen to fail," Bulma continues, "as these right here are what we'd like to call our CC fusion armband devices, so trust me when I say that I can see them make something like this. That's fire. Things continue to go from bad to worse out there, but just to know that these armbands aren't just your ordinary fusion devices here either, for we had engineered them with a new frequency calibrator," Bulma says, which ultimately means that they stabilize the fusion link through adaptive neural syncing, which in simpler terms, they keep your energy balanced out so that way the fusion lasts much longer than the fusion dance or the Potaras, Bulma says. And so now hurry and go and put one of these on and go put the second armband onto whoever you figure out and who you want to go and fuse with right now, Gohan, with Gohan being shown having to respond. Wait, you two went and created a whole new fusion method through the means of having to go and put those armbands on, Gohan questions? And just how exactly is that going to work against those demons out there? Because what if those things just wind up and not having to work or something? Or I've never went and tried fusing with anyone outside of Dad before, and so how sure can you be that this fusion method is absolutely going to work? With Dr. Hero responding, well, with the CC fusion armbands, you don't need to go and worry about symmetry or timing, as the armbands automatically regulate your combined energy and compensating for any fluctuations between you and your partner of your choosing in real time, which on top of it all, the CC armbands are designed to redistribute stress points during combat in order to minimize any damage that is done onto you, which in simpler terms means that you'll be better suited to go and survive out there in case you are hit by something massive, with Bulma then being shown having to chime in. Right, and so now listen to me carefully, Gohan. Do not let these armbands go and be taken off no matter what, for they are the very lifeline to your fusion, and if either armband were to go and be ripped off by accident or by force, then your fusion will end immediately, with Gohan being shown responding, well then if that's the case, and if you are absolutely certain that these fusion armbands are going to go and give us the much needed edge over these monsters and finally having to go and put an end to this chaos once and for all, then so be it, Beast Gohan shouts upon being shown dashing back outside. So while I'll go and make sure that we don't go crashing into Capsule Corp like that again, Gohan adds, I'll go and keep what you both said about these armbands in mind just before they are used, as I think that I may in fact actually have the perfect person in mind as my choice to go and do this fusion with, but first, I have a little bit of unfinished business to go and attend to, Gohan shouts upon being shown dashing right through the entire city. And so now come back here and let's go and get this battle back on track between us, Gohan shouts, because whether or not you are a shadow clone of me or not, you will never be able to destroy what I am, demon. But then, it was only from across the field, with Beerus being shown having to land right next to full-powered Super Saiyan 3 Broly and having to oversee Sugami down on the floor, was when Beerus then went on to quickly respond, well, that didn't take very long now, did it, demon? As I'm sure that you must be under incredible amounts of stress and pain after going through everything that Broly here had went and put you through. However, little worm, I don't think that you and I are quite done here, Beerus continues, because there is still far more for Broly here to go and show you, isn't that right? As a matter of fact, why don't you go on and continue to show our little friend over here on exactly why both he, along with his demonic army, stand absolutely no chance in having to destroy you, Saiyan. To which all the while, in the meantime, as this was shown happening within West City, as we then venture on over and having to make our way inside of Goku's home, we only now take a look and seeing as to how desperate Goku was in having to search his entire house and finding something, as Goku then went on to respond, oh, come on, now where is it? Because I just know that it has to be around here somewhere, since I already just ran by the entire house and trying to go and look for this thing, and so where in the world did I go and put that thing? Because I doubt that Chi-Chi had went and found it and just threw it away like that, and so while I'm more than certain that she just couldn't have gone and thrown it away, then which cabinet could it be inside of, Goku questions, as I'll need to go and hurry it up before something similar to what happened with Raijin winds up happening again here, and so where is it? As I just know that I had it kept tucked away inside one of my old orange shirts here, but well, since I forgot that I had so many of these, that little Omni button could be anywhere, but let's see, come on, let's see if I'm lucky, because this was one of the first places that I should have went and checked when I first got here, but come on, wait a second now, wait, could it really be? Oh, right, Goku shouts, I finally found it, and there it is, Zeno's little personal go-to Omni button, as I'm sure glad that Chi-Chi didn't just go and throw this away after she had went and washed my clothes, but now that I have exactly what I was looking for, and it's time that we go and pay those little Zennies a quick and friendly little visit, since, well, I don't really want to just go and call for either one of them to come here, because, well, we all kind of already saw on what went down with Trunks' timeline, and so here goes nothing then, to which it was only moments after the fact, with Goku now being shown pressing the Omni button and now having to find himself on the Omni Kings homeworld, was when Goku then went on to continue, and And alright, there we go, as I knew that this was bound to go and work and having me finally be able to go and reach them, but just what in the world is that? For it looks to be some kind of a massive barrier that appears to be surrounding and encasing this entire place, but do the Omni Kings not happen to know about this or something? Because they just couldn't have went and missed this along the way, because while I can sense their presence from within, do they not happen to just so know that there's a massive barrier that appears to be sealing them both inside from within? And wait, are those the Super Dragon Balls as well? But the Super Dragon Balls, but they somehow happen to look a little different here as well. Like, they're somehow a lot smaller than how I remember them being, and as there also appears to be some kind of a weird flowing glow of energy that seems to be swirling all around them here, but just what exactly does any of this mean? Well, whatever is going on around here, Goku continues, isn't something that we have a whole lot of time to go and try to figure out here.
He was able to get inside. What the hell?
Inside and see if the Omni Kings know about all of this, and so I'll need to go and stay sharp out here, which is simply because even if I'm seemingly in the clear from having to go and deal with those demons down there,
I think we should think about this.
If I were to go and make one wrong move here, then I just might trigger something that I won't be able to go and undo later, and so I'll need to go and hurry and just explain myself after I go and find them, because unless they are just to come bursting out of these doors here, then I have no other choice but to hurry and go look for them, to which as Goku went on to then burst open the palace doors was when Goku then went on to continue, but where do I even go and start is the question here, because this place is just massive, and with their palace now having to hold so many rooms for me to go and look within, those two could virtually be anywhere in this place, and so I'll just need to go and try to hurry and check as many rooms as I possibly can, because not only do I not have a whole lot of time on my hands here, and with the others having to go and count on me, I can't just go and let everyone down after coming this far already. To which it was only shortly after, with 15 minutes having to then pass by, with Goku finally discovering the room in which both of the Omni Kings just so happened to have been sleeping within, as Goku then went on to quickly shout, "Hey, yeah, there you both finally are, as I've been looking all over this place for you little Zennies, and so it's really good to see you." Hey, wait, are they both sleeping? Oh, you've got to be kidding me here. No, but how could they just go and be passed out like this and not realize on what in the world is happening out there, Goku questions. Oh, come on, you two, don't go and do this to me, especially not now. And so now please wake up, because we really need you guys now more than ever. Come on. Well, they're breathing steady, but there doesn't appear to be any signs of pain on them or anything, and so now please wake up if you can hear me, Zeno-sama, for we need you both now more than ever to come and help us, and so now open your eyes and wake up, little Zenny. Oh, come on, why aren't either one of you able to go and hear the sound of my voice and wake up again, Goku questions. Oh, come on, little Zenny. As what else am I supposed to go and do here if you aren't able to go and hear the sound of my voice or even sense my presence, and so now come on. As I just know that the two of you can go and hear me under there, and so now hurry it up and open your eyes, you guys. Oh, come on, you little squirts, wake up, wake up, wake up, Goku shouts. Oh, this isn't the best time to have you both go and take a nap here. Oh, and so damn it, Zennies, just open your eyes and snap out of it. What's wrong with you two? How come you can't both hear me? Oh, darn it. As I just know that I'm going to regret this if they go and stop and think about what it was that I just did here after they wake back up again, but, well, I'm all out of options here, and so I'll just have to go and hope that they aren't able to actually see me while I do this, Goku continues. And otherwise, I'm more than certain that they'll just end up wiping everything out if they do, and so now here goes. To which it was only then within these very moments now, as Goku was beginning to slap both of the Omni Kings across the face extremely hard to try to get them to wake back up, was when Goku then went on to quickly continue. Oh, geez, well, I'm sorry that I have to go and do this, but now wake up, Zenny. The multiverse is in danger, and we need for the both of you to go and help us save it. And so now wake up, Zenny. Snap out of whatever you are both dreaming about, and let's get moving. Oh, darn it, and that goes for you as well, future Zenny, or, well, whichever timeline this one just so happens to be from. And so now wake up, Lord Zeno, as we are going to need all of the help that we can possibly go and get if we hope to make it out of this with our lives intact. And so now wake up, Lord Zeno. Oh, come on, just open your damn eyes and stop dreaming along the way, because we need you, Goku continues. And so don't make me go and have to smack you both any harder than how I am right now. And so please just open your eyes and wake back up, Zennies. Wait, they're moving. Yes, Goku says. They're finally moving, but are they going to go and catch on to what I just did to go and wake them both back up is the question here, because, well, I'll have to go and be quick to think of some kind of an excuse if they do, but I'm not really entirely sure on where this is about to go here, but I'll just need to go and trust that they'll be cool about this. And so, oh, Zennies, can you both hear the sound of my voice under there? It's me, Goku. Oh, come on now. To which it was only moments after, with both of the Omni Kings then being shown having to finally wake back up, was when the present Omni King then went on to quickly respond. Oh, what's with all that noise, future me? And why does my face hurt and feel a little warm all of a sudden? Oh, and how long was I out for? With the future Omni King responding, well, I don't really know myself, because my face hurts a little now too, but I was also passed out, and so I don't really know on how long we were both out for, with Goku then having to shout, hey, it worked! You're finally awake! And boy, oh boy, does it feel really good to say that I'm glad to finally see the two of you again, Lord Zennies. As it has been a little bit of a while now, hasn't it? Well, either way, I'm still glad to see that you are both still here and at our side. To which, as both of the Omni Kings then went on to finally notice Goku, was when both of the Omni Kings, beginning with the present, then went on to quickly shout, hey, look over there, future me, it's Goku! Hi there, Goku! As it's been such a long time since we have last seen you, and so, well, thanks for going and making all of that noise when you did and having to go and wake us both back up, because we were so excited to have you back here alongside us and having to now see you again. Yeah, and I agree, the future Omni King then went on to chime back in, but what brings you here today, Goku? And did you just so happen to see the Grand Minister upon having you go and come here? With Goku responding, yeah, well, about that actually, because although it's good to see you both as well, little Zennies, I actually can't say that I did see the Grand Priest anywhere after I got here. Well, because he simply wasn't here. Nobody was actually, but I really don't mean to go and muddy the waters here so soon, but we seem to have a little bit of a problem on our hands, which, well, there's a lot for me to go and get into, but I'll need for you both to go and just come with me, so that way you can go and take a look outside, so that way the two of you can go and see as to exactly what I mean, okay? Because, well, it's kind of important, and so I'll explain along the way as we go get a move on, because there's really a massive barrier that seems to be caging you both from within. And so now follow me, you guys, Goku shouts. And so now, while I know that you both might seem a little confused by all of this, but that's the truth of the matter, Goku continues upon being shown having to run outside of the palace, and with that crazy demon god named Raijin having to not only go and use his Dark Master demons along with his army to go and use the Super Dragon Balls to make the wishes that he did, but on top of it all, he also just so happens to have 2 of those 3 configuration cubes, which ultimately now means that he is only one step closer towards seeing this Omniverse that he kept talking about for himself. And so you can go and say that a lot has happened since the two of you went to sleep, which is why if we don't go and hurry and do something to go and stop that demon god Raijin from collecting that final cube, then there's simply no telling on how bad things are going to end up getting around here, which is why we must hurry and get moving now. Wait, did you say that this demon god from the demon realm had went and did all of this just so he could go and find all 3 of the ancient configuration cubes so that he can go and try to gain access in crossing over into the Omniverse by using them? The present Omni King questions. And so you're saying that that's where all of this seems to be coming from? That demon god named Raijin was the one who went and started all of this? Interesting, but now why does that name of his sound so familiar to me now? The present Omni King questions. Or it's almost almost like I've heard that name before somewhere, with Goku then having to respond, yeah, well, things have been getting really bad for all of us within these last few days here, but the reason on why nobody was able to come and reach you, even if they tried to, was solely due to the fact that it was because of this massive dome that covers your entire palace, Goku says. And so here, and as I want for you both to go and take a look at this, and so do you guys see this massive structure that is covering your entire palace? Well, this right here is the giant dome that I was telling you both about, that those demons had went and placed over your palace by using the Super Dragon Balls. And so, do you think that there's any kind of a way that you guys can maybe go and try to get rid of this thing, so that way the others can go and have a direct contact with you since they need you? Well, to be fair with everything that you have said here to us, Son Goku, we actually don't like the sound of anything that you went and had mentioned to us about what was currently shown and having to go down, but we will however go on to help you in your cause, since now this happens to also involve both myself and my future counterpart here, as well as the future Omni King that went on to chime back in. Yeah, and that Raijin god that you speak of is already starting to really irritate my soul. However, don't worry about that barrier, the future Omni King says, because we'll go and take care of that little issue here right away. Isn't that right, present me? With the present Omni King being shown responding, yeah, I agree, and so let's go and get rid of it by shattering that barrier into a million little pieces. And oh, don't go on to worry about the Super Dragon Balls that are here currently with us either, because once we go on to find our Omni Guards, and once we are fully done here, the present Omni King says, upon having the entire barrier now being shown getting blown into millions of pieces, as we'll just simply go and have them look after the Super Dragon Balls while we go and take care of other more important matters at hand, with Goku now being shown having to place his fingers on his forehead by then responding, alright, now we're talking. Hey listen, I'd love to stay and chat with you both for just a little while longer, but well, I've got to try to hurry and go and make my way back on over to Earth and go and help everyone out against those demons, but and I promise that if you need me, then I won't be hard to find. But I'm glad that I was able to go and free you both and wake you back up, because things just seem to be getting worse
best
and
character
worse
Goku,
down there.
bro.
But I gotta run, as I'll be sure to go and pass the information along to the others while I'm down there too. And so I hope that you are both able to go and find the Grand Minister alongside those Omni Guards, because truthfully, we can go and use all of the help that we can get our hands on to go and use against that demon god Raijin. And so I'll try to go and make sure not to go and lose my head while I'm down there either. And so I hope to hear back from you both soon, to which it was only just upon seconds after, with Goku now being shown having to use his instant transmission technique and making his way on over to Earth, was when the future Omni King then went on to respond, well, I'm glad that we were both made very well aware of the troubling events that have occurred since we went and had spent our time in having to be forced to go to sleep. However, with Son Goku having to mention that both he alongside the others cannot appear to reach the Grand Minister along with the Omni Guards, the future Omni King continues, then where exactly do you think that both you and I should go and start looking, present me? With the present Omni King responding, well, I'm not really sure on where we could go and check first, but it unsettles me to know that I cannot seem to feel the Grand Priest essence anywhere within the whole of the multiverse. But I do in fact think that if both you and I were to go and synchronize our Omni essence into one, the present Omni King says, do I only then believe that we will be able to go and locate their life force signatures wherever they may be, since we cannot appear to go and sense them from here, which is ultimately why we will need to go and expand our search even further into the voids if we want to go and find them, with the future Omni King responding, well, if that's the case, then do you really think that we'll be able to go and find them, present me? As it would only now appear as though the entire multiverse has been thrown off balance, as I could sense the negative energy along with the darkness that consumes it, blanketing the cosmos, as this was more than likely the result of those demons and having to go and use the Super Dragon Balls to go and get what they were after, just like Goku had mentioned, the future Omni King continues, which ultimately had now resulted in the entire multiverse being thrown into complete chaos. But do you really think that our Omni denomination and combined search will go and deliver us the answers that we are looking for? With the present Omni King responding, well, it's better than just having to stand around here and not try, as we are also to go and ensure that any and all access points which lead to the Omniverse are not to be opened or exposed for any of those demons to reach. And so now let's go and give it a go here and see, the present Omni King continues, for this just might be a little harder than I thought that it would be, because I'm not able to go and sense much of anything with all of this negative energy and having to go and cloud our ability to go and search deeper into the void. But what say you, future me? Are you able to go and pick up and detect either of their energy signatures anywhere here? Because, well, I wouldn't be able to go and have a clue on where they could possibly be, especially if they're being held captive somewhere, because I can't think of a single location where the Grand Minister wouldn't be able to go and get himself out of. But what do you say, future me? Any luck in having to go and pick anything up here, or are you struggling just as much as I am in trying to find them? With the future Omni King responding, well, it's hard for me to go and get a good enough read here myself with how clouded the multiverse has gotten with all of the demon realm's influence.
Okay, I like the Omni King content right here.
Universes, but well, if I were an ancient demon god and I knew that one of the only things that stands in between myself and my goals is the Grand Minister, then what would I do in order to go and get rid of him? The future Omni King questions. Because since we know that he hasn't been destroyed due to the remaining angels still being active, the only other way that I could still see the Omni Guards along with the Grand Minister still remain active somewhere is if they're being kept held as prisoners. Wait, you don't think that maybe... Oh, but of course, the Omni Kings then continue. Prisoners! The Omni Guards and the Grand Minister are more than likely being kept held as prisoners somewhere, and so we should hurry and try to go and search some of the prison realms, because I think that this is where they might end up in having to be.
Okay.
But do you feel it too, the future Omni King questions? Do you also just so happen to sense that dimly pulse of power that is vibrating within the darkness too, with the present Omni King responding, prisoners, wait, yeah, I think I've got it. That's the only other place that I could think of that I believe would be strong enough to hold such powerful entities would be the angelic prison realm, the present Omni King says. The same one that I think the Grand Priest had went and told us about a very long time ago, as that dimension was solely created to house the strongest and most rebellious angels imaginable, and so I think that that's where they actually might be, future me, as this would be the only other place that I could think of where those demons may have went and had taken them all right into, with the future Omni King responding, hey, I think you're right, as their life force energy appears to be pulsating and directly coming from the angelic prison realm, which only now goes as far as to explain on why we weren't able to go and sense them earlier, because they were being kept as prisoners down there the entire time, present me. And so now if that's where they are more than likely being held captive, then what do you think our plan should go and be? Because I really want to go and pay those demons back for almost ruining everything, but at the same time, and I really want to go and watch the Grand Minister in action, like how we've seen him in action against that fallen angel that we have destroyed named Murno. And with the Super Dragon Ball still active and within our possession, what do you think we should go and do now that we know as to where they are? With the present
Get that motherfucker out.
Well, now that you've mentioned it, I kind of want to go and see that go down here now too, because it's been such a long time since we went and saw the Grand Minister in action back when he was shown in having to go and beat down Murno. And so now I say that we should go and help set him free, while also giving the Omni Guards the orders and having to go and look after the Super Dragon Balls to restore things to how they were. And in the meantime, both you, me, and the Grand Minister will go down and pay those demons a little visit that they will surely never go on to forget. And so now let's get going right now, to which it was only right then and there now, during that moment, where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of the Dark Masters, the official Murno sequel, manga chapter number 42 special, then comes to a close.
Okay, I like how the Omni King be a little serious, but they kind of nonchalant about the shit too. Like nigga, the universe as you know right now is coming down. What y'all niggas doing? Come on, they playing like this a game, nigga. Come on, bro. Anyway, but Goku, WIQ move by Goku to get the button, man. Niggas talking about Goku dumb. Goku ain't dumb. He just a little slow. You know what I'm saying? So WIQ move by Goku for this one. Anyway, shout out to UnrealEntGaming for this video. I can't wait to see the next chapter. This is pretty. I like this stuff. I like the fusion, the new fusion technique thing that they got, and I'm ready. I'm ready. So check the last one out right here. Check out another video you might like right here, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.